my cup with some Java love. Sit on down, let's talk it up. I know some laughing lattes, laughing lattes.
Welcome to Life and Lattes with Liv and Cole. I'm Cole.
And I'm Liv.
Welcome.
Welcome
To our show. That one came off slightly creepy.
Yeah, for sure
Sorry.
did. Before we started this episode, we said that we should do a whole episode whispering.
We do a lot of dumb stuff before we actually start.
It's true.
Yeah.
I think it could be really funny, but I also think like it would be, you know, when they do, I don't know if you've ever watched like, what is it, ASMR videos, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They have to like turn the microphone up really loud so that way it like gets like all of those like noises. So if you talk really loud or you laugh, it's like super loud. So I think like it may not be good for us because we would just like bust out laughing in the middle and just like blow people's eardrums.
Right, the first time we say something funny, it's just
yep.
so sorry. Well, tonight's just Liv and I.
It is.
We figured that with all the craziness going on, it's probably smart. Mm-hmm. We didn't even shake hands today.
We didn't.
No.
We don't normally shake hands.
No, we
anyway,
don't. She's right. The first thing she asked me was, "Are your hands clean?"
Did. Hey.
Like, no.
They're not.
No, I washed them in the sewer today.
Ew.
Hey, I'm just trying to build immunity.
Hey, I think that's great. I think that's smart.
Thank you.
You know, I think that's
read it
what
on Facebook.
The CDC is really asking us to do. So, I don't know. Makes sense to me.
Okay, before we get to all that, she won't tell me what we're drinking coffee-wise tonight. So.
Yeah, because I wanted to see, do you like this?
I do like this one.
You do?
I do.
Okay. The reason why is because in the light of COVID-19 happening and I almost considered just bringing like Coronas just to like drink because I thought that would be funny.
I ordered one today and everybody at the table was like, really? I'm like, I order this usually.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Yeah. Really? As if like your people are sensitive towards it?
Seriously, that's what they was like. Really? Like, you've seen all this stuff and you order a Corona? How dare you, Cole? And I'm like, I got defensive. I'm like, I'm sorry. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's a good lager.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's put a little lime action in it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's what we live on in the summers, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Forget water.
Pretty much. No.
Coronas with limes, my dude. Anyway, so in light of that, my focus was not so much on going out and getting coffee.
Okay.
Except for...
You're scaring me.
I'm not scaring you.
First you told me it was dirt. And then she said it was recycled K-pods. K-cups. Did the same thing.
So funny. No, it's not. It's brand new ground, but it is Folgers black silk.
Interesting. Went with the old Folgers.
Yeah.
Liv, what's the best part of waking up?
Folgers in your cup.
That's it. This is our last episode. Liv's going out on a tour with the Folgers people. Folgers band.
That's how I wanted to break the news to you guys. This is how.
See how we did that? Like, I didn't even know.
The Folgers band.
The Folgers 5.
Oh my God.
Wow. Folgers. This is the first time in my entire life, entire existence on this earth that I've had Folgers.
Really?
Yeah. It's not very bougie.
It's not bougie.
Well, does it make
But you like it?
I do like it. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's honestly, I wasn't like a big fan of the last one, and I like this one more. It's called Black Silk. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah. It's like a medium dark roast. So this one in particular is recommended for like a French press or doing cold brew.
Interesting.
So
it's perfect for tonight.
It kind of makes it a little bit more bougie-esque,
It's true.
Being a French press.
It's true. Mm-hmm.
So I'm just out here trying to get y'all deals on good coffee. Okay.
She knows what's up.
So
Today I passed like all the coffee shops that I wanted to go to. Like I kept thinking about it and I was like, should I stop? Should I not?
I know.
I had a bunch of work to do today and I was like in the office. I'm like, maybe I should get done so I can get home. Anyways, I was craving some coffee, and this is like, there's only been a couple times so Liv and I, we used to record on Saturday mornings, and now we've been doing like weeknights. And so usually, I mean, it kind of depends. I don't know if you feel this way or not, but with coffee, it depends on what it is when it's good. And there's been a couple times we've had some ones that are like good afternoon coffees. Like I could finish my day with this.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the nice thing. I mean, some of it's like a good, wake you up, nice kind of like start the day. But this is like a nice little like ending. Did you put creamer in this?
I did. Just a splash of French vanilla.
Gosh, this is fantastic.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Now you know. Get you some Folgers.
You're welcome.
This is why she
fam.
didn't tell me. She's like, you got to try
Yes,
it.
I
'Cause
know.
She knew I'd be like,
Yeah.
no, ma'am.
I know these things.
So does it still come in? It comes in plastic now, doesn't it? It doesn't come in the
It doesn't
can.
come in the like aluminum can.
I was like, can I have the can?
I know.
It's gonna make something out of it.
I know. Nope, it's plastic.
I'm sure there's something on Pinterest.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. But now they just do it. I'm sure you can find some other like ways to recycle the plastic ones.
I'm sure.
Peel off the sticker. You can paint it. Use it as storage in a laundry room, a garage.
You should have a whole page that's just repurposing Folgers cans.
Hey, I should.
Just saying. I actually talked Audrey into starting a page.
It's funny.
It's just rocks. She has all her cool rocks. Mm-hmm. And I
Did
was
she
like,
do it?
Yeah, she started it, and I'm gonna try to help her like put the pictures together. But
Cool.
I was like, look at you.
Aw,
She wrote a big
I'm proud.
thing, and she's like, read it, please. Like, it sounds great. It's authentic.
That is great.
Well, let's address the elephant in the room.
We should.
Yep.
We should.
Yep. Well,
Coronavirus, you
yep.
guys. I know you're seeing it, hearing it. Everyone's talking about it. So, I figured let's just jump on the bandwagon as well. However, instead of it being more of a negative, view and talked about, because y'all are getting that everywhere.
Yes.
Every news channel is talking about it right now. And any kind of media online is, talking about the risks and, blase. So we thought, obviously we can talk a little bit about some of like the safety precautions,
yes.
but more of the fun stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna put our life and latte spin on it.
Yeah.
We're not big downers over here.
Nah,
We like to find a bright side.
we do.
The bright side.
So, just to like really quickly touch on it, because I think
Don't touch it.
I'm not. You're right.
6 foot radius. 6 foot radius.
We're actually recording with a wide angle lens and sitting on opposite sides of the room today. So,
Yeah, we were like,
not just kidding.
radius.
But like a lot of people, I think, have been mocking the whole like, oh, make sure you wash your hands, which like, obviously in general, I think everyone should be washing their hands on a day-to-day basis, but like being hyper aware and sensitive of it now, especially going out in public, touching grocery carts and, credit cards that the people hand back to you, or,
Yeah.
you're touching just different stuff that other people are touching. It's not so much what you're touching and it's like what because you don't know what other people are doing, what they have, anything like that. And then the biggest thing, and I know all of this just because Brad's in healthcare and is very plugged in that, is that you could have it for like 2 to 14 days without showing any signs or symptoms.
That's so creepy.
But be, what's the word I'm looking
Contagious.
for? Yes, contagious.
Spreading it.
Yeah. So that's like the part that's like most like, because you could be spreading it and not know that you are. So, not to put like an unnecessary fear in everyone, but just be
smart.
aware and not stupid. Like we just went for a drive the other night, and we happened to just drive downtown because we're so close to downtown. And we just, we're driving around there, and there were so many people at bars, and I'm just like, it's just stupid in my opinion, because it spreads so quickly and so easily.
Yeah.
That I'm just like,
I get it.
You don't have to.
The thing is, there's people in both camps, right? A lot of people are like, this can't be as bad because we're not really seeing the effects.
Correct.
We're seeing the pandemonium, but we're not seeing like, oh, my spouse got sick, or, you know what I mean? We're not like seeing the real true effects of it, or we're seeing how fast it really truly can spread.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to like grasp that when you're not living it day to day. You're like, yeah, I see this stuff. I hear this stuff. It's pounded into my head, but how is it really affecting me? And I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah. Well, and it's the toss up between a need and a want, right? Like you don't need to go to the bar or to go to restaurants, eat out, go shopping. Like you don't need to do any of that.
Right.
You want to.
Yeah.
And so like aside from like grocery shopping, right? That sort of thing. Like, I get
the necessities of living.
Right. So
just be smart is what Liv's trying to say.
Yes.
Let's all for the humanity of each other and helping everybody out, just it's part of not spreading it.
The biggest part too with that is just how quickly it can spread and make people sick. Like it's different in that side of the flu, right? Because there's a bigger time span of people getting the flu versus this. Is that
bad.
your phone?
That means it's gonna rain.
Yeah. And so I guess for myself, knowing it from a health provider perspective, there's limited beds. And so if everyone or a lot of people are getting it at the same time, you're going to get to a really crummy part where they're going to have to start picking and choosing who gets the care, know, and that's the part that's really crappy.
The freaky part, yeah.
So anyway,
just be smart.
Be smart with what you're doing, and also wiping down hard surfaces, because that's where it can really hang out for days.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
we did a whole clean of the house the other day, which needed in general, but just be smart. That's all. Yep. That's all we trying to say.
So
yeah, with that being said though, we want to talk about some of the things that you can do
while you're hanging out at home.
Quarantined.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
Dun, dun, dun. Wow.
That was good.
Wow.
So, spring cleaning. Hey, spring's right around the corner. This is a perfect time to go through every room, deep clean everything, get rid of crap.
Clean your stuff up.
Yep. Including, this also goes for your closet. This is twofold, okay? Okay?
I know where this is going.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. I actually want you to write it down to see if this is actually what you think I'm going to say.
You need to do your whole spring rotation in for your spring clothes, right? You got to rotate out the winter stuff. And
I wasn't going to say that, but that's also good. Mine's better.
Okay,
so
my bad.
I was going to say
I'm trying
to go through your closet, okay, and clean out stuff either you don't wear anymore, or doesn't fit, or whatever that is,
and throw it away.
No.
I know.
You're so annoying. Can you let me get to my point here?
I'm sorry.
It's twofold, because one, you're cleaning, and two, for those of you who right now can't work, throw up your clothes on Facebook, Instagram, Poshmark, and sell your clothes. And you can do that online and then, get a little cash money from it.
Make sure you save a couple for rags in case you run out of toilet paper.
Oh my God. That's what socks are for.
Socks.
All those those socks that just end up being singular, you can't find a mate for it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
There's a use for them, people. This is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
We've been training for this.
That'd be perfect too, because you can just put it over your hand, and it's you could, man, I never even thought about it.
Yeah. So.
Dang.
I thought that was a good idea, though.
That's a very smart idea. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just getting a little bit of.
Yeah, you get a little bit of income.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I've seen plenty of people talking about online shopping, which I've even given some consideration to.
Yeah.
I know it sounds kind of silly, but honestly, it's been very interesting in my industry. We haven't really seen so much of a slowdown.
Yeah.
Because the other balance or the other part of that is right now rates keep dropping.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I want to buy a house.
I know. Yeah.
Still have
that's
to have a
it.
roof over your head. I
true.
mean, virus or no virus, and
true.
we do expect it to blow over at some point.
Yep.
And if you're like, in the gate, ready, pre-approved, rock and roll.
Yeah.
And I think Century 21 already shut down. It's unfortunate.
Really? Oh, what a
Yeah,
shame.
I think I heard something about that.
What a shame.
Crazy.
You know, see, Cole.
Anyways. Yeah, smart though. I like that.
So
If you do end up having to work from home, though, let's say you're stuck at home and you got to work from home. I know both of us have experienced this, have lived this, and some people might not have, and maybe this is a new option for this period of time.
of working from home.
Yeah,
Like they're actually working.
working. Just saying, got to put you on a nice, comfy pair of pants.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Maybe like a size or 2 sizes too big shirt.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, get you some coffee going, for sure. And then on the days that I'm feeling it, maybe it's cold outside or something, you're just like, you're home because it's nasty out. You can't do anything. You're just like, I got paperwork to do. I normally just get on the couch with a blanket, turn that fire on, get a little TV in the background. I can't work in silence.
I can't either.
And I'll just sit there.
Yep. And it's, for sure.
You guys are going to enjoy a whole other side of life. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is what people have been doing.
This is fantastic.
Yeah. And then the only nice part for people like yourself is you're still going to be getting paid.
Yes.
Usually we're sitting there working, hoping to get paid at some point.
It's true.
So you get the best of both worlds. So
It's
soak
true.
it up.
But yeah, I mean, there are still people, at least, especially as of today with Indiana, where they are closing restaurants and bars, or asking them to close, or just do, carry out or drive through, where some people aren't going to be working. And so
that stuff's scary. I've heard some people are getting laid off.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh. So you're
I
still
will
employed.
say, I
just not
have
getting paid.
seen some people that are essentially doing a seasonal hiring for this part, who people do need some help, and you can do work from home or whatever that is. So I would just encourage you, if you're in that spot, start Googling places, because there are, I've already seen 2 or 3 on my Facebook page of that.
Right.
So granted, it's only seasonal until this, but you know,
it's money.
that could be potentially 2-3 months, maybe.
Yeah, right.
It's hard to say. At this point, it's really hard to say, because I think we're pretty early on here in the U.S.
I think so too. I know we're
So,
pretty far behind.
Hopefully, we are far behind in regards to China, because they're about to be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, we were kind of ahead of them in
We shall see.
terms of precautions there. But anyway, speaking of businesses, obviously right now this is a tricky time for small businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Especially non-essential ones, more retail type, places that aren't groceries.
Yeah. We've seen a lot from our local coffee shops. I'm sure you've seen all their posts.
Yeah. So
They're still looking for that support.
one thing that I would encourage of you guys, just to keep those local businesses alive, is snag some gift cards from them and just buy some of those, because especially if they're places you're going to go to, you're going to spend that money. It just is nice to kind of help them out now.
Yeah, because I think that's the scariest part for me watching all this happen, is just to kind of see small businesses have the possibility right now of really coming down on some hard times. I think it's going to hit our economy more than anything. Just when especially, with small businesses, people that just can't keep up because they need that demand.
Right.
And so without that there, that's just a kind of a scary thought. And I'm sure it is for them as well. And like I said, we've seen plenty of it, but like Liv said, gift cards are huge. I think a lot of them are putting extra things online
Yep.
items they might not be offering usually online, but now they are, so that they can continue to keep that revenue going.
Yeah. I did see, I don't know if you saw this from Taxman, which this is a like indie local brewery and restaurant. So they closed their restaurant, but they did like a huge sale like out in their parking lot of different like cases of beer.
Oh, nice.
And you could come through and like buy a bunch of those, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's smart.
So, and I think they were doing some like more like discounts on bundles and stuff like that. So,
That might be the coolest thing about all this, though, is getting to see the ingenuity of these small business owners, because they're sitting there going, how are we going to compensate for this?
Yeah.
And then you get to see all these cool ideas, and you're like, man, these people are so creative.
Yeah, and just like shifting that ideas of making it work,
Yeah.
because
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Cool. So I have some others if you
Yeah.
actually have quite a few others.
Yeah, hey, throw them out. I was going to say, she got a big old list.
Yeah, I do. So this is more so, I think, kind of twofold. One, for those of you who can't work right now, or maybe your kids are at home and you're trying to like think of some ideas there too. So I think this is like a really cool time to like learn something new. Like the internet is endless and such a great resource to like learn to, I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. Crochet.
Yeah, yes, you could learn to crochet, learn to knit, learn to cook something different. I don't know. The internet is endless, man. It's crazy. So
I know I was kind of planning on trying to work on like filming and photography techniques, because I figured, hey, I got some time. Everybody's still putting out content.
Exactly.
So I'm like, just keep watching and learning and trying some different things.
Yep.
It is. You got to take that time. It's nice.
Yep. Additionally, like read a new book. Because I know in my life, like I'm like have such good intentions of like wanting to read.
Heard that.
But like life gets busy and you're going here and you're going there and you're doing all these different things. Well, take a second to breathe and make it a goal to read a book. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
He's got the corona.
When it goes down the wrong pipe,
That's rough.
don't watch this part of the YouTube video. I look like an idiot. I was like, oh, okay. Is this going to happen? This is going to happen on the show.
We're just going to do a standby like
Right.
part. And we're back. I also, you can start a new series on Netflix. Really take advantage of that Netflix and chill. Quarantine and chill. Am I right?
Yeah, you can watch the Netflix show Pandemic.
It's true. And freak yourself out.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm out.
I've
Don't tell me you started it.
I've watched. No, I haven't, but we probably will end up doing that. I feel like that's something we would do.
Yeah.
But I have seen people like start watching that, and they're like, okay, now I'm freaking myself out.
Pass.
Binge watch a movie series.
Have you watched any series recently, or like have intentions of watching a new one?
Like TV or movie?
Let's just stick with like a series, like I don't know, something that's on Netflix that's like a docuseries or a TV show or something. Oh my gosh! Something.
So there's two.
Episodes.
One, I want to watch. What is it called? You. Is
Have
that
you
what it's
not watched
called?
any of that?
I've not watched any of it yet.
It's so good.
So I really want to watch it. And the new season just came out, right?
Yeah.
Season 2. Okay, so that'll be a good one. Brad and I just finished watching. I forget what it is. His name is Gabriel Fernandez. The Trials of.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I just finished that.
It is so sad.
I know.
I don't want to get into it, but if you guys are all into the whole like crime, like documentaries and everything, it's a good one in the sense of like it makes you aware of things that maybe you wouldn't necessarily think about, but
Yes.
it is really sad because it involves
Children. Yeah.
So
It isn't cool, but it was interesting to kind of see the process.
yeah,
That's funny. Crime stuff. If you're into that sort of stuff, you got to watch the whole series on the Unabomber.
oh, okay,
That's a good one.
yep. This one's kind of going back a few years, but Making a Murderer. There's now 2.
Those are good.
Those are good. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
binge watching those movie series. So like you could watch through Harry Potter or Star Wars. Lord of the Rings, which I've not watched any of those, so maybe it's a good time.
You should check that out. Those are good. You just have to be ready because they're long.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting.
Yeah. Addition to watching things is starting a new like sermon series.
Yep.
Personally, Brad and I really like Matt Chandler. He's a pastor in Texas of the Village Church, and he always has we love him. He's great. So, and they put all of their series out on YouTube, so you can watch all of those
Nice.
for free. This goes in line with making.
They said disco.
I said this goes in line with making some things out of a Folgers coffee can, which I really didn't necessarily plan that specifically, but Googling DIY projects with things around your house.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah.
Some things that like you're not using anymore, or you can kind of like repurpose. Like bleaching some old shirts into like some tie-dye stuff.
Boom.
Ooh.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
I've done that a lot. I'm like, I don't like how like this shirt looks anymore. So I cut it and make it cropped and bleach it. And I'm like, love this shirt again.
New shirt.
Yep. True that. This one is actually really fun. Brad and I did this the other day. One, because we couldn't go to sleep or anything. So we were like, we'll just stay up and do this. I just Googled, like different questions to ask, like more like kind of like in depth or more like lighthearted questions. And we literally spent like 2 hours just like asking questions. And then it just like,
that's cool,
evolves into like more questions you may have of like that specific topic. And it was just like fun because it's not as like, you're just sitting there mindlessly watching something together, which is fine. You know, we definitely do that, but it was just fun to like, it sparked more like
that's cool
conversation. So I like that.
Smart.
And there's so many questions out there. You can like Google that and you'll have link after link for that. This one's a little bit more sappy.
Oh man.
But in light of this situation, just like taking time to just like be like quiet and sit in the silence and like be journaling things like you're grateful for, because it's so easy to like let that slip from your mind, like how grateful you are to like get together with friends and family and go to church and be with your church family, or the ability to just go out to a restaurant with, you know, friends, or, you know, we planned a trip for this weekend, you know, and now like we can't do that. So
grateful for that full refund.
Yeah.
Thank you, Airbnb.
Yeah. Shout out to Airbnb.
That's a little tip. If you haven't checked and you have scheduled something in between the dates of March 14th and April 14th, I think somewhere around in there, you can get a full refund.
Yep.
We did.
Yeah. And then the other one that kind of goes along with asking questions and just like doing that is taking a trip down memory lane. So like either
like
that's
that.
like going through like your Facebook of like old photos and like seeing where you like what you were doing, you know, years ago, or if you have like family, you know, old like family videos, going through that, or pictures or yearbooks, and just I don't know. I think that kind of stuff is fun.
No, it's awesome. You always laugh. You're like,
yeah,
oh, I forgot about that.
Yep. And then like probably last is you can still go out on a walk or a hike or a bike ride, you know, as long as you're not
open air good.
Yes.
Crowds bad.
Correct. Yeah. So I don't know what the weather is like where you're at. I know it's supposed to be not the greatest.
Decent enough though.
But you can definitely do that. And at home workouts.
Oh yeah. I know this is a great excuse for me not to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, coronavirus. I can't go to the gym. Dang it. I'm buying ice cream. No, that was Audrey. I was at the grocery store tonight, and I was like trying to get just a couple more last minute things. And she's like, ice cream. I'm like, do you really think we need ice cream? She's like, buy ice cream.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, my bad.
Yeah. Don't
My bad,
question.
dude.
Yeah. We have 4 cartons of ice cream.
Oh, holy crap.
Yeah.
I didn't
Because
buy that much.
Brad's a freak. two of them are already like half gone. So he's like, we better stock up. And I'm like, we or you better stock up.
Yeah.
Who are you trying to play right now?
I'm trying to be better.
Yeah.
This whole time change thing, because that happened all around the same time.
Yes.
Don't you think it's crazy? Okay, I'm like...
All right, I like it. Are you about to get into a conspiracy theory?
No.
Oh, dang it.
No, it's just like... no, I think it was funny because I can remember growing up, and I know it's changed a couple times how it all works and functions now, but growing up, you know, it was always that Saturday and the Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like, make sure you set your clocks and do all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even know the time changed this time because, you know, my phone changes. My watch is connected to my phone. So it changes. And then, you know, the clock on our oven has been blinking for 2 years, you know? So you're like, you don't
even like pay attention to it. Yeah.
And then the Googles do everything and the computers. And so it just kind of came and went, but I felt it.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but oh man.
I felt it. And yeah, it's been woof.
And that was the scary thing is it just happened. And I remember because that Sunday that happened, it was a beautiful day. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we got up and I'm trying to remember, I think, I don't remember if we watched online, if we went to church that day, but anyways, I think we did. So we went and came home and I worked in the yard all day. And we came in and I was like, oh my gosh, how in the world is it still light at 7:00? And then it like hit me. I'm like, how did it between one day to the next, it like extend that far out?
Oh my god.
And then finally I was like, oh my gosh, the time changed. I had no clue.
How did you have no clue? It's all over social media.
Well, everybody was talking about it, but then, you know, I was technically off of everything that day because I was out doing yard work. So I didn't even think about it. Came in, was tired, and I'm like, how is this even possible? What is this sorcery?
Oh my god.
And then I was like, oh, what? It all changed. Then it'll be funny. The minute I wear one of my analog watches, I'll go, something wrong here.
Hold up.
They're all going to be an hour
Wait a minute.
behind. But yeah, between that and all this crap, I'm tired, man.
It's been crazy.
It's stressful though.
It's been.
I don't want to buy into it at all, but it's just hearing people and seeing it. And I was telling Liv tonight, after, you know, we were talking before the show, and I'm like, I went to the grocery store and just people are nasty to one another.
Yeah, I mean, it just gets crazy. And that's the part you have to be so, like, mindful about because, you know, I don't necessarily think it's going to be this such a big thing that no one's going to be able to eat or get groceries or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
It's the initial reaction that everyone has to stock up on everything, which is why toilet paper is gone.
Panic.
Lots of cleaning products are gone. Masks are gone. Hand sanitizer is gone because panic sets in. And that's the scary part is people get just crazy.
I was scared to go tonight just out of fear of, you know, like bodily harm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because, you know, Brad and I were talking, you know, like it's really smart to just be like on guard when you're leaving a grocery store right now because you don't know if people are just hanging out in their car waiting for someone who's already bought groceries to come out there and literally just mug you for it. Which is like a cynical thought, but like in a time of like desperation, people do things they wouldn't normally do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So keep your head on a swivel. That's what my parents always have told me. Keep your head on a swivel.
I was like that today. I'm like loading up and I'm just like, everybody that walked by me, I'm like, oh,
I know.
Oh, you safe? Okay, you good.
Well, and it's crazy too. I mean, you've literally, I mean, I don't know if you have, but you in general have probably seen videos of people who are getting into like brawls in the store.
Did you see the one where they were, the wine bottle one where they were hitting each other with the wine bottles?
Yes.
What in the world?
It's crazy.
What in the world?
It's crazy.
I mean, I like my wine too, but dang. And why you gotta waste it all? Come on now.
I know. Why can't you both just split the bottle of wine? Understand that you both want it.
Right.
You know?
Good to go.
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
I'm just curious as to what your answer will be. So what do you think about this whole, like, the priority of like the different ages of people. You know, between like what I would categorize as senior citizens and then everybody kind of in between. I've seen some of this debate over, you know, some of these stores. I think there's a chain of stores that are doing like an hour a day that's specifically for older people to be able to come in and buy groceries. And some of the fights I've seen online, you know, are between, I think one of them was between an older lady and a younger lady, and they were fighting over toilet paper. And of course, everybody's going to side, you know, with the older lady in the video. But I'm also like, you know, does one take priority over the other?
I mean, I think it's hard to say, mostly just because, you know, like, it was actually really funny. I don't know if any of you guys watched this on Friday, where Trump went on and did, like, talked and said, you know, we're essentially saying that it's a national emergency at this point.
Yes.
And then had questions from, like, different press and whatever. And one guy asked, you know, why is this so, you know, pertinent to the elderly? And is that something that we'll ever find out? And the doctor that was up there was basically like, in a nice way, like, are you stupid? Like,
yeah,
they have all, like, most elderly already have a compromised immune system, you know, pre-existing conditions, you know, whatever that looks like. So they're much more susceptible to getting this, you know, than someone younger.
Yeah.
And that's also true, I guess, of, you know, anyone that has a pre-existing condition.
Yes.
So that doesn't necessarily go for older people. It's just much more prevalent.
Right.
In
right.
the
well, yeah, and they're talking about
elderly.
how even kids can hold it, not show symptoms, and then pass it.
Correct.
You know, to people
Yeah.
like that.
Correct.
And
it's harder to come back from, you know, when you have other issues, diseases, whatever that may be. Plus, you're just, let's call a spade, like, the elderly are much more frail. Like, it's harder to recover and to come back from, you know, things like that. So I don't know. I was watching some different things today on, you know, basically they're asking elderly to stay put, stay in their house, don't go out, you know, for potentially 2-3 months.
Whew.
Which that's a
long time.
a hard thing to ask of people.
I agree.
But it's kind of one of those things too, of like, it's a serious thing for them. So it's like,
yeah,
you have to, I guess, weigh, is it worth it to go out to risk my life for?
Right. Well, and the nice thing is we have that choice.
Correct.
That's the beautiful thing about where we live. We have the option. Hopefully we still have that option as we get down the road.
Yeah. And I still think we will. I don't think legally they can do anything to keep people in their houses.
Right.
But we also live in a day and age where you can have your groceries delivered to you.
Mm-hmm.
You can have food delivered to you. You can have whatever that is. Like,
could you imagine somebody hops out of a van with a hazmat suits on, hands you your groceries? They're like,
is Darth Vader delivering?
I know.
your
I don't know.
groceries?
Yes. In my fantasy, yes.
So, you know, like, that's nice, especially when things hopefully begin to calm down, but, you know, elderly are still staying in their homes, which granted, they're not great with technology, but hopefully they have friends and family around them that can be helpful with that.
That's easy too. Easy.
So, and it's nice too, because we're about to enter into spring and summer where people can actually go outside and enjoy the warm weather versus just being cooped up in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like, I think that would be even worse.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that will necessarily work out, of having stores do times for different.
See, I just don't think that there should be a priority for anybody. I mean, you know, like, everybody wants to say that, but it's like, how can I, you know, that's the thing, is like, I don't know your situation, and maybe this lady has kids.
Correct.
Well, does that mean
that
there's any
that would
more?
just be such a hard thing to police.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, how do you really figure that out? And so
Right.
it's like, I get what everybody's trying to say or what they're trying to accomplish, but everybody has such varying situations.
Sure. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'll straight up and come out and be like, you know, my situation is no dire than anybody else's. You know, it's like, I get it. You know, I could probably make it a little bit longer on less food. So, you know, I'm not going to go out and push people out of the way. I'm going to take what I can and get out.
Right.
Like, there's no reason to go crazy.
Yeah.
And I got 2 kids, but most of their stuff I buy is frozen anyway,
Yeah.
so we good. Dad
Yeah.
life.
No, it's just,
So it's just interesting, I guess, just to think about, you know, that you could put people in different classes and like when you do this and this, and it's like, why you want to put everybody in a box?
Yeah.
Which I just wish people could be decent enough to each other. We wouldn't even have to think about it.
Well, and that's the thing too, right? Because I mean, people just get psycho, you know, during this kind of times of. I mean, you even see it when a snowstorm comes.
Oh yeah,
people freaking running out for bread and milk and eggs, and I'm like, y'all,
what are you doing?
what are we doing?
Yeah, there was 0 bread at Kroger.
Oh,
like no bread.
We went to Meijer last night, okay, just to get a couple of other things. There was literally no bread, period. No bread. There were no eggs at all.
Oh my gosh.
The like pasta aisle was so skimpy.
Oh, I bet.
Additionally, like the canned aisle as well. There was like no milk at all. There was like very little milk. There was a lot of produce that was gone, which kind of surprised me just because I think a lot of people try to get some things with, you know, a better shelf life. But
Yeah.
and then the frozen section was cleared out too.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, even if I don't recommend this, okay, on the health side of things, but since we were out and we were needing some other things, it was just interesting to go through the aisles and just see like what all was gone. Cause it's like, this is something that maybe is only going to happen once in our lifetime.
Yep.
And so it's just so interesting to see. Like, it's crazy. It is I've never seen this in a store
Me either.
ever.
Empty shelves. Never seen an empty shelf in a Kroger.
But like like empty.
Yeah.
Like
nothing.
gone.
Nada.
It's crazy.
Which I can offer 2 tips. And tell me what you think about this.
Okay.
First one, and it made me laugh today because I was like, there's no bread. And then I'm walking around and I go, well, wait a second. I have the solution.
You can make bread.
You can make bread, yes. Do you know what I'm going to say, though?
We got tortillas.
Boom!
Is that what you did?
Oh, right.
Air 5 or elbows.
Yeah, I was like sitting there and there was an abundance of tortillas. And I'm like,
yeah.
tortilla it up.
I know, that's what we
It's
did.
bread.
Yeah. So we unleavened bread.
I have totally done, you know, PB&J in a tortilla.
Heck yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
And sandwiches, do a little ham cheese ash.
Heck yeah. Mm-hmm.
Throw it in a pan. Do a little.
Throw it in a pan. She's getting excited now. I got her revved up.
Here we go, you guys. Tortillas.
So the other thing, so if you can't find bread, get you tortillas. Next thing, shop organic.
So it's actually so funny to see how much of the organic stuff is left over.
I know.
Because in a time of crisis, and no one's like, gotta be healthy.
Look, pass.
Everyone's
Believe
like,
me.
nah, man.
And we
out.
I buy so much of like the Simple Truth stuff for our house, and because it's nice for the girls, and I always try to do like meat substitutes and things like that. And it's all, I mean, Simple Truth goes through the same like, what is it? Somebody told me they go through the same like testing or checklist of like things that make it organic and healthier for you as food that goes in Whole Foods.
Gotcha.
So it goes through the same thing, but you're paying a lot less, right?
Yeah.
So once I was told that, I'm like, great, you know, I'll save some money here. And so it's funny, right? I'm like, Kraft macaroni and cheese, gone.
Yep.
But every Simple Truth mac and cheese was there. And I'm like, it's still, I mean, it might be like $1.20 instead of $1. And so I was like, boom, pick these up.
Yeah.
That was there. My other organic stuff was there. Everything organic or like vegan or whatever was there. And I'm like, this is the stuff I buy every time I come to the grocery store.
Yeah. So it was pretty
It was great.
pretty easy for you.
And I needed limes, and they had a bunch of organic limes.
Yep.
I was like, heck yeah. So organic tortillas. I don't know if they have organic tortillas, though.
But there was an abundance of tortillas.
Oh, yeah. Plenty.
And those things freeze.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, they definitely do. So we got several. And I know this because at our wedding, for those of you who don't know, we had a taco bar. We
Tainted
had
tacos.
shut up. We had a ton of leftover tacos, including tortilla shells, or like the tortillas, not the actual like hard shells.
Yeah, right.
And stuck those in
Soft boys.
in the freezer, and
Smart.
they were good. They were golden.
Yeah, think about how long you could live off of tortillas. You know, you're just like, I mean, I get that eventually it would get old, but the things you could do with them is endless.
Well, and it's funny because I've like talked with my family about it too, of just like, if we actually get to a point where things are getting really desperate, you are not going to really care about what you're eating.
No, I'm not going to be going, man, I'm not going to eat. I just wish that I had some bread.
Yeah.
If I don't have bread, I'm not going to eat.
Right.
Like, you're going to be like, see that rat over there? I'm going to eat that rat. I'm going to take that rat and I'm going to eat it.
I'm going to eat this raw rice. Not even cooked, crunching on it.
And that just boils down to the point, like, we are so spoiled as Americans.
Oh, for sure.
And that's a funny thing. The fact that we can even go and buy $2,000 worth of toilet paper in one go, like, that's crazy. And so
It's nutty.
it's like, you know, in general, I'm like, you know, you can find, and you said this earlier, this kind of comes back to your point of the things to find, be grateful. And you're like, I mean, one of the things is the fact that we can go and we have the abundance of all this, that we can like get it, go home, and we could chill in the comfort of our homes with running water and electricity and internet and do whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even think twice about it going grocery shopping ever.
Yeah, just another day.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's just impressive, you know, and it's like you got to take those moments. And, you know, at one point today I was standing there and I'm like, you know, the fact that there's still stuff on the shelves and I can come in here and get what I need, you know, it would have been nice to see a couple more smiles. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I did feel bad for the cashier.
I know. I do too.
She was just like mindlessly just.
I know. I do feel bad for the people that are working there because.
And what's up? Shouldn't, like, okay, so the lady in front of me goes through, bagger, right? Minute she's done, he leaves and goes to another station. There's one floater out there that could have come over, and this lady was just like slaving away. And so I felt so bad. So I started bagging my own stuff.
Yeah.
And then somebody finally came over, and I'm like, the lady with 2 kids and everything had to help bag her food, which I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but when you have enough people to make all that happen, and this cashier is checking people out and bagging,
it's a lot.
when the lines are out the door.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dang.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I just told her, I was like, hey, I hope you have a good day. Like, you're doing a good job, you know?
Yeah. It was really funny because when we were at Meijer last night, the cashier asked us if we found most of what we were wanting. And Brad goes, I see that you asked most. Is that a recent change? He goes, yes, I stopped asking people if they found everything they need because it was constantly no. It was a lot of negativity. So I just am now asking people if they found everything or most of the things that they were looking for. So
Silly.
I know. Be kind, especially to those people that are working, you know, especially grocery stores, because they're nutty. They're crazy.
And take this time to spend time with your family and your friends. Get close. Ask the questions. You know, get to know your spouse better. Take the time to relax. You know, learn something new. Put your brain to the test. Read a book.
Yeah.
Do all those things. You know, just take this time as a necessary. You know, as a kind of a forced vacation. As sort of.
Yeah.
And
a sabbatical.
Enjoy that time. We're so busy all the time.
Yeah.
We barely have time for family or for the usual things that really matter. So this is a great time to do so.
Yep, absolutely. And FaceTiming and calling friends and family that maybe you can't actually go and see and visit, like grandparents too, you know, like if they're, you know, cooped up in a house or nursing home, like that can get really, you know, crummy being by themselves. So doing that as well. But try and stay positive in a time where it can get, you know, really tricky and a frustrating point to just be like kind of locked up in the home.
Yeah.
So anywho.
Locked up in the home.
In your home.
You just assume grandma's in the home.
I didn't mean the home.
Gosh.
Get out of here.
We know what you're going to do to your mom.
Watch out, pancakes.
You going in a home.
You going in a home.
My mom would murder me.
Yeah. Probably so.
You got anything else to add, Liv?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's quarantine and chill. All right,
Yeah.
Sam? Quarantine and chill. Build a fort inside.
Oh,
Do a movie day.
If you need an idea on fort building, go to Liv's page, her Instagram page, and look back because she made a fort.
I have a new TikTok. That was my first video.
Oh, sweet. Okay, there you go. You can do that too. It was awesome. I never thought about it. Done
It was
forts.
fun.
Done forts for the girls, and I'm always like, oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
a fort. Like I miss that, but I hadn't thought about it that way. So it's very smart.
Yes. Yeah, we just did like a blow up mattress or I did it with a fort. Did a little frozen pizza action and watched movies. It was fun.
Boom.
You're welcome.
Mic drop.
Drop.
We don't know what our plan is. We're probably going to take a hiatus from guest for a little bit here.
Yep.
As much as some of this is kind of silly or kind of, we're like, we don't see a lot of people getting sick. We still want to kind of respect the process. So we're going to be somewhat careful here.
Yep.
So we're going to take a hiatus from that. Liv and I don't know exactly how the next couple weeks are going to pan out. So we're going to try to continue to do this, but I guess this is kind of like a warning. We don't know what's going to happen. So
We just want to be smart with it too. So
yeah,
in the event that there's some sort of break or hiatus from this, maybe you'll see us on TikTok.
yes. I haven't posted anything yet.
I'm trying to get Cole to do a lip sync battle, you guys.
Oh, I didn't think about it. Now we can do it on TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, that's even better.
I know.
That makes me happy.
'Kay.
Okay. Now you got... See, so hopefully, because even if we get, let's just say we get quarantined, and I know they're already talking about limiting travel, so whatever happens with that, we'll still be able to put some things together, which will be fun.
Yeah, for sure. You'll still see us.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, peeps.
Be safe. Be smart. Be kind.
Be grateful.
Boom.
Drink coffee.
Life
out.
latte. Oh, this was episode 40. I wanted to throw that in there. That's exciting for us. I forget. This is 40 episodes.
Wow.
You guys just listened to episode 40.
Quarantine and 40.
I know, right? Sorry, I just had to throw that in there because
so
we got through the whole episode and I totally forgot about it. So, again, episode 40.
What a special episode.
I know we're going to be like, what happened on episode 40? Oh, that's right, coronavirus.
That's great.
Now we're done.
done.
Thank you.
All right, out.
One more clink.